Bedtime stories are told to ward off nightmares. They give us a glimpse at how ordinary people like us can face extraordinary ordeals and become better people. This is called a hero's journey.
This story is about Brian Sladek, my husband, my soulmate, and my hero. He showed me how to extend life, his own life and the lives of others. Together, Brian and I endured some major tsunamis, but these experiences also taught us how to swim. The lyrics to one of his favorite songs go, "You gotta swim, swim for your life. Swim for the music that saves you when you're not so sure you'll survive." I remember the first time I really saw him. It was our freshman year in high school at our first open gym night. He had this killer smile, and we had chemistry from the start. It would be the beginning of a long, beautiful friendship. Halfway through our junior year in college, he called to tell me he'd been diagnosed with blood cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was 20 years old. This wasn't going to be an issue. He was young and healthy, and the world was before him. Brian had so much life yet to live. After college, he headed out west to forget cancer, take up surfing, and begin his life after treatment. You gotta swim. Swim when it hurts. The whole world is watching. You haven't come this far to fall off the earth. In time, we started dating, and he moved across the country for me. In 2007, we were married here at home in Chicago. 2 years later, 10 years after his first diagnosis, Brian was diagnosed a second time. A durable remission, they called it. This time was different, though. He was in a different place, and we wanted to start a family. And we were told that he could develop leukemia from all the treatment at any moment.
Truly, for the first moment, he was facing his own mortality, and it haunted him. Once in remission, he was told to go back to normal, but how? It took a toll that showed up as anxiety and depression, and at times he would self-medicate in unhealthy ways. He just wanted to escape the pain.
This is a secondary illness that can exacerbate the experience of cancer, especially without the type of expertise that we later found at Wellness House. This was a tough mental battle for him. He had a stressful job at Goldman Sachs, compounded by his desire for us to have kids and the awareness that he might not be around to raise them. Nothing was guaranteed, and he faced it every single day. You gotta swim through the nights that won't end. Swim for your families, your lovers, your sisters and brothers and friends. This was when we began to seek help, not just with the disease of the body, but the critical, all-consuming other stuff, the silent stuff that goes unnamed, neglected, undiagnosed. We began to get help. And when that happened, something miraculous took place. We were renewed, we grew, and we found that we were able to help others too. Brian finally left the financial industry and made it his lifelong goal to support others. It was a move that gave him more life, focus, magnitude. You gotta swim in the dark. There's an ocean to drift in, feel the tide shifting, and wait for the spark. In February 2014, the other loves of Brian's life were born. Avery Brian and Vivian Marie. Our kids brightened his life to no end. Brian's third non-Hodgkin's lymphoma diagnosis came 2 years later, in 2016. Our babies were only 2. At this point, Brian joined an impressive short list of people who survived 3 stem cell transplants. It was during this time that we made our way to the Wellness House. At first, it felt like a chore on an already long list of appointments, but we realized immediately that this was the stuff that needed to take priority. We began scheduling his doctor's visits, even tests and scans around our appointments at Wellness House. We experienced second to none couples and parenting support, patient caregiver groups, dietary input, support for our kids, Reiki and acupuncture, educational seminars, and most wonderful family events. It was eye-opening, a relief, a real game changer. To our disbelief, exactly 1 year out of his transplant in late 2017, Brian was diagnosed with myelodysplastic syndrome, or MDS, a 4th blood cancer, a direct result of his cumulative treatments. Wellness House helped us navigate this devastating news, and over the next 2 years, his multiple hospitalizations, with intermingled family vacations and bright spots, of course, but it was during his torturous 4-month-long hospitalization in the summer of 2019 that I received my own diagnosis of breast cancer. 2 young kids, my sick husband, and now this. I didn't have the patience or energy to deal. There is no way that I would have made it through this time without our faith, our parents, family, and dear friends, and Avery and Vivi to literally force us out of bed on a daily basis. But the care and support of Wellness House helped enhance our lives. They helped us bring more understanding, hope, and direction to the beautiful life we already had. I swim for brighter days, despite the absence of sun, choking on salt water. I'm not giving in. I swim.
Brian died 2 years and 49 days ago. And this has been by far the longest, shortest 2 years of my life. I miss him every single day. Through our ups and downs, and in the way too short but magical time that we were together, I learned to truly appreciate life. We learned how to thrive together during this time that most people never have to face. And in turn, within our own circumstances, we were able to help others. I am newly sharing this very personal story with you because this was Brian's legacy. He was committed to advocating and supporting patients like him and families like us. Wellness House ended up bringing more life to us, more connection and empathy than I ever could have hoped for. We became reliant on the Wellness House. At our lowest point, we were drowning in cancer, and they tossed us the life jackets. For that, I will be eternally grateful.